Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for Everything Arsenal, and in this video we'll be discussing the strengths and weaknesses of Arsenal's imminent signing Nuno Tavares. And without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. The first strength is his height. He is actually 6 foot tall. Now that is very rare for fullbacks. It is common for centre backs, it is common for a few strikers, it is common for NBA players, but it's not that common for fullbacks, left backs and right backs. Compared to our own left back that we currently have, Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney is 5'1", so he is definitely taller than him. Which kind of positive does that bring? Obviously, it can be an attacking threat for us in the opposition box when you have corners and free kicks, and most importantly, defending our own box. If a centre back is beaten and the ball is at the far post, we are hoping he can actually help us in that, in terms of clearing the ball when you're also defending corners and free kicks, maybe even on the wall. He can help us in terms of defending dangerous free kicks. That is a definite positive. So that takes me straight into the second positive, and that is he wins aerial duels. Now, you would think like, yes, he's 6 foot tall, definitely knows how to win a header, and he'll definitely win more headers. But that's not the case. Our other fullback who's still at the club, Kolasinac, he's also 6 foot tall, but we've seen how many times he loses headers at the far post. It's actually not a guarantee, even if he's defending against the likes of Defoe and the shorter players. It's actually not a guarantee that they'll win headers. We've seen someone like Sterling out jumping, holding. It's also about your jump and how you know how to jump, time your jump and stuff like that. So he has both. He has the height and he can actually win aerial duels. So that is a definite positive. The third positive is progressing the ball. Now, Kieran Tierney is very good at that, in terms of taking on players and beating players and crossing the ball and knowing when to shoot and knowing when to turn back, knowing when to cut in. He knows how to do all that. We've seen with our other fullbacks, they really struggle. The likes of Bellerin, they really struggle in terms of taking on players and they always cut back. So he is very good in terms of progressing the ball. He can pick up the ball from his own half, and in seconds we're on our own half. So that will also help in terms of counter-attacks. If you're playing any counter-attack kind of skill or tactic in a certain game, that will definitely help us. So that takes me again to the fourth attribute and the fourth strength, and that is his pace. When you have pace and you can drive with the ball and you can progress the ball further, it's a huge positive. Now we know we actually do have players with pace, the likes of Aubameyang, Pepe, and players like that, and we've added another, or we're about to add another, and that is a definite positive. You need a defender who has pace. Some of our defenders do not have pace at all. Like when we're playing Xhaka at left back, the moment it's passed, you're in trouble. So it's nice to have someone there who can cover for Tierney, and it's not a disaster if Tierney gets injured or gets suspended or something. So that is the fourth strength. And the final strength is he's actually great in one-on-one battles, whether it's defending or attacking. As I said, he can take on players, and when it comes to defending, if you give him a job, Mark Sal on that wing or Mark Mahrez on that wing, maybe that's too high for him. You had to give him those kind of games immediately, but he can take care of his winger basically. So that is a huge positive for us. So those are the 5 strengths I picked up. The next topic is the weaknesses. Yes, we've smiled, that's positive, but it's time to cover the negatives. I gave you the good first. It's now time for the bad. Negatives. Don't you wish all our players didn't have any negatives at all? That would be great. We would win every single competition, including the World Cup. But unfortunately, every player has a negative, and some of the weaknesses in Tavares, I'm going to speak about 3, and the first one is his lack of experience. He's only been playing for 2 years, and in the first season he only played a few games, and in the second season he missed a few with injuries. So that is not great. He's never played for the Portugal team. Obviously he's just 21. The only appearances he's made is for the under-21s team and the under-18s team, so he lacks experience. That is where I'm hoping Tierney takes him under his wing. I've already mentioned injuries, and that is the second negative. Last season he actually missed some games through ankle problems and hip injuries. I'll talk about that in my other video talking about him, and that is a huge disappointment, because for us, we have problems with injuries. We've had problems with injuries for years. We're actually signing him to help us cover for someone who gets injured often, and that's Tierney. So if he's also injured, that will be trouble. Cedric, Bellerin, all of them have been injured. Pablo Mari, so that is the second negative. And the third negative is attitude problems. Now, we know what has happened with Guendouzi and Saliba, with being questioned with the attitude problems and stuff. Balogun sometimes as well. But I'm hoping Tierney, you can see Tierney on screen. Tierney will not take that nonsense. If he actually has an attitude problem, Tierney will take him out. Not literally, but he'll actually take him out. He'll take him out for a talk. So we are hoping it's 21, and we are hoping that can be changed as soon as possible. And I'm hoping some of them are rumors, by the way. So let's see how it works out. So those are his strengths and his weaknesses. 5 strengths and 3 weaknesses. Let me know in the comment section what you make of this. Are the strengths something to be happy about? Are the weaknesses something that turns you off? Let me know all that. In case you haven't checked out my other video talking about the 3 positions Tavares can cover at Arsenal, click on the first link in the description and you can watch that video. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.